Hi everyone, welcome back to this tutorial on how to customize the appearance of the React TreeMap component. In this video, I will show you how to customize the layout, data label, and levels of the TreeMap component. First, I open an existing React application, where I have placed a React TreeMap bound to the employee's JSON data source. If you want to know how to get started with the React TreeMap component, refer to the video attached in the YouTube card above. I run this application using the command npm start to show the initial demo. The TreeMap component is rendered with the defined data source. Here, the TreeMap layout is split into rectangles. Apart from the default squarified layout, the TreeMap can also be rendered in other layouts like slice and dice vertical, slice and dice horizontal, and slice and dice auto. The slice and dice vertical type creates and displays rectangles vertically sorted, whereas the slice and dice horizontal type displays rectangles horizontally. The auto type displays both horizontally and vertically. Now, I will show you how to render the TreeMap using the slice and dice vertical type. I add the layout type property and set the value as slice and dice vertical. Look here, the TreeMap component is rendered in a vertical layout. By default, it renders in the top left bottom right direction. Apart from this, it can also be rendered in top right bottom left, and bottom left top right directions. Now I will show how to render the TreeMap in the top right bottom left direction. For demonstration, I will remove the layout type property and set it to default. You can see the TreeMap with the default layout type. Then I define the render direction property and set top right bottom left to it. Check now, the TreeMap is rendered in the defined direction. Now, let's see how to change the background color. Here the background color is set based on the theme. To customize the background color, I add the fill property and set an appropriate value. Check now, the leaf items are filled with the specified background color. Next, I will show you how to customize label color, font size, font family, and so on. I add the label style property. Inside this property, I customize the font color and font size by setting the appropriate values to the color and size properties. To customize the border of the leaf item, I add the border property and set a custom border color and width. Check now, the TreeMap data labels and borders are displayed in blue color. Here, only the country names are rendered as labels. Suppose I want to display the designation and employee count along with the country name, I can use the label format property. To do this, I add the label format property and set the appropriate value. You can see the designation and employee count are rendered along with the country name. Here the label exceeds the actual size, so I would like to display the excessive text on the next line. To do this, I add the intersect action property and set the value as wrap byword. You can see the exceeded words are displayed in the next line. By default, the label renders in the top left position. Apart from this position, it also supports top center, top right, and so on. To demonstrate, I add the label position property and set its value to top center. You can see the labels are displayed at the top center position. By default, leaf items are rendered without any gaps between them. To display leaf items with gap, add the gap property and set the value as 7. Check now, the leaf items are rendered with the specified gap. Next, I will show you how to add multiple levels in the TreeMap. First, I removed the label path property and updated the label format value to display TreeMap levels with better clarity. Then I include the levels directive tag, which accepts n number of level directive tags. Here, I am going to render 2 levels, so I add 2 level directive tags and map the country field to the group path property for first level. Similarly, I map job description to the group path property. To customize the TreeMap item's border, let me add the border property and set the custom values to the color and width properties. I repeat the same for other level too. I also apply background color using the fill property. Look at the tree map now, it is rendered in groups. To maintain a gap between the groups, I add the group gap property and set the value as 7. The groups are rendered with the specified gap. Now let's see how to customize the header of the group. To do that, I add the header style property and set the font color to blue by adding the color property. Then I set the font size to 14 by adding the size property. I repeat the same for other level too. I also set header height to 40 for all the item headers. Look, the header text is customized as defined. By default, the header text is aligned near the border. Apart from this near position, it also supports center and far. To customize the alignment of the header, I add the header alignment property and set its value to center. Check now, the header text is center aligned. Here, the label exceeds the actual size. To trim the excessive text, I change the intersect action property value to trim. You can see that the excessive texts are trimmed. In this video you have seen how to customize the layout, data labels, and levels in the React TreeMap component. If you want to try out the example used in this video, download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also shared a link where you can learn about obtaining a free license key to use our React suite through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.